Welcome to today's webinar, Security, COP, CTF, a hacking journey through the years of a champion, strategies, approaches, and practical insights, organized by Raiffeisen Tech Poland. As SAGES, we are pleased to be the technical partner of this event. And before I hand things over to our speaker, Michał Brandt, I would like to mention that this event is being recorded, and the recording will be sent you tomorrow to the email address you provided during registration. And what's more, the webinar will last 1 hour, and the Q&A session will take place after the presentation. We kindly ask you to submit your questions via the chat. At the end of the event, I will share with you a short survey, and we would be very grateful if you could take a moment to complete it. And I think that that's all from me. Michał, the floor is yours, and good luck.
Thank you, Karolina. So welcome, everybody. I'm very happy that I have opportunity to have a presentation today for you about this very curious and exciting topic. So let us start. For the starters, a few words about us. We are the Raiffeisen Tech. We are the part of Raiffeisen Bank International, and here in Poland, also as an organization, we are the part of Polish branch of Raiffeisen Bank International, and together with our colleagues from Romania and Kosovo, we are supporting digital IT transformation in the whole group. So we are creating, we are developing, we are supporting and maintaining banking applications for almost 18 million of our customers in 13 countries. So it's quite a lot. Currently, our team consists of over 200 experts and specialists from all IT areas. Regarding the meetup, MeetRaiff is just a quite new series of technological meetups, which we are doing with cooperation with SAGES. Our experts share their technological knowledge, their experience, which has been gained during numerous projects. And also we are trying to teach other people what we know. This is our passion. MeetRaiff is quite of value for us, So we also presented the real case studies and ready solutions for different topics and areas. Of course, as we have a meetup and there will be a session of questions and answers, we'll also always encourage you to discuss with us any topic you can think of, and we will gladly answer your questions with our, of course, answers. So you can find more on our blog. We've got an address here on the screen. And as I already mentioned, and Karolina mentioned, we are going to talk about something we call a CTF. Probably most of you know what is it and what are we going to talk about. However, I think this is quite interesting and exciting topic from my perspective, and I see as a hacking journey through eyes of a champion. Why the champion? Because I think I have championed the topic. So I tell you why during the presentation. For starters, CTF is a short of capture the flag. So this is the activity which requires to catch the flag actually. The flag is something hidden in the system, like text or token or such thing, which we need to find and present to interface. I will show you it a little bit later as something we have achieved. So If we are talking about CTF regarding the cybersecurity, it is always regarding the ethical hacking. Yeah? So we are trying to hack the applications, hack the systems, networks in the ethical way, just to find the vulnerabilities, to find the weak points, yeah, and try to fix them before other can exploit these weaknesses, like cyber criminals, hackers, etc. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about my strategy, my approach, and what I learned from this journey. Technically, the whole activity, which has been held for already for half a year here in Raiffeisen Bank International, it's based on the application Juice Shop. I will present it shortly, and also CTFD platform for scoring and keeping the books. Yeah. A part of the Juice Shop, which is the application we are going to attack, we had also some monthly things, yeah, like monthly tasks regarding different topics like SQL injection, attacking AI, server-side request forgery, prominent known vulnerabilities like Log4Shell, and many more. And as I already mentioned, it is also very important and interesting for me because it was the first contact with the CTF at this scale. Yeah. So actually, of course, I have approached and took my part in several activities before, as I already have almost 20 years of experience regarding cybersecurity, but not at this scale. Yeah, so for me, at the beginning, it was quite a big struggle to get to get to know all of the tasks, all of the things which are consisting of this activity, because there is a lot. Yeah, and of course there were some breakthrough moments for me, which also been milestones. Yeah, I would say, which consist of my way getting into the finish line. So more of the CTF. CTF is, we can call it as a gamified hacking. Yeah, so we can think about it as a game with some cooperation, because we can have teams, of course, and of course we've got also opponents, yeah, as other teams. As I already mentioned, we are trying to find points, flags, which are our score. And actually, what are we doing? We are learning by breaking the things. Yeah? We are trying to break the authentication mechanisms, try to break into application, break application logic. And those are the things which are consist of ethical hacking. Yeah. Few more words about the technical platform. So as I already mentioned, we have been using Juice Shop as a target. Juice Shop is a intentionally broken and vulnerable application, which is provided by OWASP organization. Probably some of you can already know this organization. So this is non-profit organization which is providing the knowledge, the expertise regarding the creating of secure applications, how to test them, what are the most critical problems and vulnerabilities or holes we can find in applications, and what we can do regarding the fixing them. Yeah, so I think this is quite important thing in these times, because most of our IT world consists of applications and most web applications. Yeah. So this is the target. This is the free open source software, so you can set up it on your own, like container, for example, or your web server, and just to have your own CTF internally with colleagues, whatever. Yeah. For keeping this score, we are using CTFD. This is the framework platform for keeping the score, keeping the teams, registering the users. And as I already mentioned, also, you can set up additional tasks like monthly challenges or bonus, I would say, tasks, which can be something in addition. Yeah, because Just Shop is a already known application. It is available for a few years already, but if you are not familiar with that, it's a good point for starters. Yeah, but of course you can make your CTF activity more interesting and more let's say diverse by adding your own tasks. Yeah. What kind of activities we are talking about? Yeah. So generally we can think about everything which consists of security regarding IT and IT world. So like web applications, we have several different categories like SQL injection, different cross-site scripting, server-side request forgery, all of these things which are connected with that. We've got category with remote code execution, like or gaining rights remotely, yeah, like becoming administrator, like Log4Shell, for example. For AI, usually we are talking about prompt injection, actually, and this is the technique which allows us to manipulate the prompt and prepare the prompt which will produce the effect we want. Yeah, like for example, disclose password or any other secret data. And there is a part of OSINT. Yeah, so OSINT is like white intelligence. So we are getting the information from open world like social media, internet, web pages, everything we can learn about the people, about the systems, about the applications, etc. Some of the tasks regard the usage of the blockchain, like using the cyber coins, for example, like bitcoins, etc. And of course, crypto analysis. Yes, so everything which is connected with encryption and decryption of the data. What methodology I am using? I am using the simple approach, which is also very common regarding IT security. Probably you will know this. And for that also there is a term which is called cyber kill chain. But here we've got this term a little bit simplified. So we've got a step of recon. So we are trying to get the information about the target. Enumeration. So we are trying to see what kind of objects we are talking about, what kind of, for example, accounts or endpoints we can access, etc., etc. Then we have the step of exploitation. So we are trying to exploit the vulnerability or any other weakness of the application or system, and then we can try to approach with automation, apply some automation steps which can be helpful in reaching of our goals. Yeah. So of course this is not very let's say, easy to go into this world and to have some kind of approach, something in your mind. Yeah. So what I learned from the activity is you need to always be curious. Yeah. So there is a lot of things you don't know. There is a lot of new things for you, because even for me, as I already mentioned, for 20 years I touched this and that regarding IT security, but I'm not an expert for everything. Yeah? So some of the things are new for me. But this curiosity helps me to get deeper, to learn, to search for the knowledge, and to learn new things. Yeah, because especially in my area, the learning is a crucial thing, because this area of IT security and IT is developing very rapidly. Yeah? So the learning is everything. We need to break the assumptions, yeah? Because something we knew a few years ago, it can be not necessarily valid anymore. Yeah, so this knowledge must be refreshed. Sometimes we need to forget about the things we learned before because something has changed. Yeah, and of course following the errors, not only my errors, like never give up and try to do it again with new approach, but also errors which are produced in the application, stack traces, everything which is going as an output, yeah, coming as an output to you, is a valuable source of information and can help you with achieving with your goals. Yeah, of course. Probably you can do it by yourself without any tools, but it would be very, very difficult. Yes. So, of course, there is a lot of different applications, different tools which can be found in the internet. But what I have been using, it's a very popular software, Burp Suite. So Burp Suite is a proxy application, which is just it acts like a proxy between your computer and target application, and you can record all of the traffic, internet traffic between the application and my machine, and see what is happening inside of that. Moreover, I can intercept this traffic, modify it, and see what will be the consequence and in effect if I send modified data to the application. Yeah. So this is the base. Of course, this is not mandatory. You can also have your own approach. For example, starting with debug tools in a browser is also good, because there is a lot of very important and interesting things you can see there, and I will show you it in a moment. But going further with tools, and there is a set or category of tools like FAF or Deerbuster. Deerbuster or FAF, this is the category of tools which is capable of scanning the application and trying to determine what kind of endpoints, what kind of let's say enter points you can have there. And this is also the base for further attacks. Yeah, so those applications usually use some dictionaries, like the prepared lists of commonly used endpoints regarding different technologies. Yeah, so this is also very helpful in this step of recon. Yeah? Then we can use some tools like CyberChef. So CyberChef is a internet application, internet site actually, which is a collection of tools like encryption, decryption tools, tools which help you to encode or decode data. Very helpful and very useful, I would say. I would like to tell you that this is quite a popular site, most, I think, popular in this category, and most complete. Yes, so if you are going to have your experience regarding ethical hacking, probably you will be using that. Of course, we are living in the era of AI, so using any LLMs is also, I would say, must have. There is no any shame of using it. Some things, of course, are getting easier with the help of ChatGPT, but sometimes you can have a feeling that it's some kind of cheating. Yeah, but yeah, why not? It's a tool which it's available, so why not? And of course, we can use our own resources, like we can write our own scripts, like in Bash, Python, Java, whatever we feel we are strong in. And this is also the moment we can use some automation or some or to facilitate some steps during our ethical hacking. Okay, so maybe I will try to also show you some demo. So I prepared a few demos for you for this for our meetup. First of the topics I would like to touch is server-side request forgery. Yeah, so generally the scenario considers that we are capable of preparing the URL, which will be able to extract data from internal resources. Yeah, so normally those resources wouldn't be available through public internet, for example, but by preparing the URL or so-called payload, we can force the application to disclose the information which are internal only. Yeah, so maybe I will switch to my demo. Application. I have prepared one for you. So this is the CTF demo lab prepared by me. So as you can see, lab is running. I have a few steps here. First of all, maybe before I go with the SSRF demo, I will show you how the OWASP Bootstrap and CTFD looks like. Yeah, so Bootstrap is, as I already mentioned, the vulnerable application. However, as you can see, this is just a shop. This is a shop. We can buy fruits, we can buy juices, and whatever we want. Yeah. I don't want to show you more because I don't want to spoil the fun for you. So actually, this is the look of the application you are approaching it for the first time. So I think the less you know, the better for you, because a lot of sorry, okay, something. Give me a second. Sorry. And thank you for the note that. Okay, now should be better. Yeah. Okay, so back to the Juice Shop. Juice Shop looks like this. So as you can see, this is just a regular web shop. You can buy apple juice, some fruits, etc. So, and this is where you start with the whole adventure of hacking. And as I already mentioned, I don't want you to show much more because I don't want to spoil fun for you. And another thing is the platform, CTFD. CTFD is just a platform for keeping the users list, teams, scoreboard. Yeah, no CTFD is running for now, so there is no scores of course, and challenges. We can log to the application like this. We can see admin panel, challenges. Yeah, so here we have all challenges which are present in the CTFD imported to the platform, and here you can trace all of the teams, their scores, etc. Yeah, so this is CTFD. Usually those two, I mean, Juice Shop and CTFD are coming in pair, so this is a quite good combination to have on your side, just to have a easy and fun experience regarding CTFD. Okay, so those are the two main tools we are using, or platforms. Now let's go to the demo. So we've got the local service. Yeah, so local service is actually running on the same service this page is running. However, we have additional endpoints, like I will make it a little bit bigger for you. Yeah, we have some service as a RF demo with status aux, so it's running okay. What we can do about this? Usually, I am trying to, I'm starting with the with my tasks with some OSINT, as I already mentioned. So the first thing we can do is just to see what's in the page. If you use F12, we can have the source code of the page, and yeah, we can scroll it, we can see what's inside, because sometimes there is a situation that developers, for example, forgot to erase something, and they have left us some hints and clues. And here is the situation. Yeah. So like you can see, there are two comments here. One comment is there is a missing parameter usage. Let us see what's there. Yeah. So we can already see that we can assume that there is additional endpoint here. Of course, we can also think about the using other tool like Dearbuster, and probably also Dearbuster would find us this endpoint because it's very commonly used as an API endpoint, and then we can of course pursue our search for the flag. So okay, let's try and let's check what's inside. So I will replace the endpoint health with okay, I haven't copied. 1 second. So, yeah. Okay. What we can have? We have explained example domain. I have left example.com here. Yeah, so actually, what we achieved, we have used API and proxy parameter with and proxy endpoint with URL parameter pointing to the example.com. Okay, we can we can of course try to manipulate those parameters, like try to use it without anything. Oh, okay, we have something from the API, like we've got a missing parameter. Yeah, okay. So let us back to the page. We have another comment here. As you can see, we have to do remove before release. Somebody has forgot to do that. And let us check what's inside. As you can see, we have a quite long string here. Those two equal signs at the end are quite important, because it can tell us that probably this is string which has been encoded. So let us take it and let us use the tool I already mentioned. It is CyberShift. CyberShift. Okay. So this is our point of operation. Usually those two equal signs means that we are talking about base 64 encoding. So we can immediately try to see what's inside. So we are choosing the our recipe. Recipe is just what we are going to do with the data, and put the input here. And what we have see here, we've got something about internal service. Very important thing. So let us pursue this clue, and let us use it as a parameter for our URL. Or maybe before I do that, let us do something different. Let's try to access this endpoint before. As you can see, probably we are not able to reach the destination. Yeah, there is no access. So yeah, let's try to do it this way. And voila. So this is something we wanted to achieve. So even though we didn't have access to internal service endpoint, tricking the application into the proxying it via API allowed us to get into the internal service. Yeah. So of course this is the example flag. However, this is also the outcome we wanted to achieve. So usually those things, those kinds of tasks are connected with different technologies like Java or specific web servers of web applications providers like Nginx, JBoss, etc. Yeah, so additionally knowing the specifics of the application also helps. Okay, so let us back to the application for a moment. Okay. Okay, we should be back. So what are the takeouts? So usually this is sorry, wrong click. Yeah. So actually, what we are looking into. So we need to find the input. Yeah. So like we can use the buster, we can browse the code, and find the point we can have an access. We can then test internal paths. I mean, anything which looks like internal, yeah, it's something we can try to exploit. And then we can reach metadata, also connected often with cloud technologies, like, for example, IMDS, AWS IMDS. So it's internal metadata system. And from then, we can also go further, like getting some credentials or important informations. What is important for us? Most of all, we need to know about trust boundaries. Sometimes we are sure that if something is internal, it can be accessed. But as you can see on the example, internal not always means it's safe. Yeah, there are also many topics or many issues connected with cloud. Yes, as I already mentioned, if you are not able to protect those resources in proper way, it can end like that. As already mentioned, as you see, we are using the browser or BARP, attacking the web application. So this is the attack architecture. We can also go and try to build the attack. Yeah, so we are starting with something basic, that we are accessing the known application, and then trying to go step by step, as I already presented you. Sometimes the applications and the systems are additionally protected, like with some filters. Yeah, so then we can also use some other evade techniques, like, for example, using different notation for IP addresses. Okay, so here is all about server-side request forgery. I have another example of SQL injection. This is also very very nice example, because it's simple and it really it really is talking about this topic and this this issue to your imagination. Yeah, so let me go back to our demo again. Okay, this is our window. Okay, I will close this tabs. Let's go back to and we have here we have a SQL injection demo. So we have a simple login page. Yeah, this is login page to some imagined service. We cannot guess any password. We cannot log in to the application. We have no any information about the users, about the approach, at how the for example, username is created, etc., etc. But usually, and it is 99%, this form means that underneath there is some database, and every database can be exploited. And of course, here we are using SQL injection because we usually we are talking about SQL commands, yeah, SQL queries. So of course, we do not have so much time to explain everything. However, if our application is not very well protected against SQL injection, so for example, in the code, the queries, SQL queries are constructed in a float way, we can try to exploit this. Yeah. So for example, we can start with a very simple thing. we can try to see if there is anything we can do with the SQL manipulation, like this one. And we can see that there is a database error and there is an recognized token. So we can already assume that this is the proper field to try to manipulate in order to gain access. And the most easiest way is just to get some condition, which is always true. And we need also to terminate the string. Why is that? I'll show you in a second. However, let's try this one. And voila. As you can see, we are already admin. Here for the educational purpose, we have the executed query. So we have only used few characters like that. And you can see how this part is incorporated in the whole query. So underneath, the application is asking database for the users in the table users, where email is something or 1 equals 1. So this is always true, and then we will be logged. I don't want to spoil what is beneath because there is some other users. However, let's try something different. We can log out. Another thing is we can try to attack or try to retrieve the information about specific users. Yeah. So again, we are going with our condition, but this time I would like to get information about any user which has Michał in the name. Yeah. There is a limited number of names, so we can test it all the way. And let us see what's inside. And voila. Now it occurs that we have somebody with Michał in the name, in the email. And of course, again, we get some flag here. So this is very simple example of how to not create applications. However, this is also the part of the CTF very often. Also in the in the juice shop, there is a lot of tasks regarding this technique, and I'm sure you will be often, let's say, surprised how and what you can retrieve by just preparing the proper SQL query. Okay, let us go back to the presentation. Okay, you should probably see the presentation again. Let me check. Yeah, okay. So what are we actually doing? We are breaking the query. Yeah? So we are trying to understand how the query works in order to extract data. If we are able to extract data in this way or in another, usually it also means that if we are able to get into user database, we have access to all users. We can impersonate user. And actually, this is our goal here. Yeah. So sometimes we can also facilitate union directive in most more advanced scenarios. However, basically this looks like that. Okay, what else? As I already mentioned, we had also the monthly theme like AI prompt injection. So actually, this was the activity which led us to trying to prepare the prompt in this way that we can abuse the large language model, yeah? Or, for example, in order to disclose the information which shouldn't be disclosed. It is possible. We can try to override instructions, like most popular prompt, like forget everything up to this moment and start again, or trying to impersonate, or storytelling, yeah, like I'm telling the story to LLM. That, for example, I'm a programmer. I need something from him, and then sometimes if the there is no enough safeguards for the model, this information will be disclosed and lead for the data leakage. Yeah. As I mentioned before, with the tools, I have used a lot of scripts. Yeah, there are also word lists and dictionaries, which are the part of these mechanisms. Like in the script, you can use ready-to-use word lists of dictionaries, like most popular passwords. If you are trying to do brute force attacks, yeah, so you are trying to use different passwords against the chosen account, or word lists like for names of the endpoints. Yeah, so those are the things which are already in the internet, and you can use it for this activity. And of course, with those tools, you can achieve this repeatability. Yeah? So you don't have to, in every way, to put a password in the query. Just have a way to repeat the action with different parameters. Yeah. So actually, this is quite important. Without that, it would be very difficult to achieve some of the goals in the CTF. As you already probably noticed, in the CTFD, you can have teams. Yeah, this is also, I would like to have a few words about this, because it's very important. Unfortunately, during my experience, I was alone. I had initially a colleague, but this colleague, I don't know, he left for some reason, and I have been solo. Yeah, so it was quite difficult. Why? Because I haven't somebody to share the knowledge, to have a fast feedback on some actions I made, and probably there would be some steps or tasks I could do faster if I have somebody as my partner. Yeah, so it's a good idea to divide the roles, like for example, one person is doing the recon, one person is preparing the script, etc. Yeah, so if you will any time in the future take part in such activity, it's good to have team, and it is good to have also divided responsibilities. Yeah, at the end, it helps. And also, I have some some thoughts about the mistakes. Yeah, so what I can think. First of all, many times before I tried to do something, I started to think about the tool I could use. Yeah, instead of prepare or do some analysis by myself, like going through the source code, for example, or trying to read between the lines. I already started to think about, what tool I could use, and sometimes it's not good, because sometimes it's equals that you are using the the gun against the fly. Yeah, so and lose your time, of course. Ignoring errors. Sometimes you are not taking or you are not taking seriously, or you are not looking at the errors you are receiving. Sometimes in the errors you have a really good information, and as I already mentioned, errors and stack traces, generally output from application or whatever you are doing, can be a great source of information and must not be ignored. Yeah, and now taking notes. Yeah, it was at the beginning I tried to remember anything and all of these things by myself, but at some point, especially when you are approaching different tasks in later stages, because those tasks are also divided by the, let's say, the difficulty, but they are sometimes refer to one to each other. Yeah, so it's always good to make notes and have a something, paper, pen, or like application to make notes. Yeah. So this is the mistakes I've made, and probably with, of course, after few attempts, I tried to see this differently. But those are the, I think, 3 things which are most important from my perspective. What I learned, so probably the first of all, the methodology wins. Yeah, so these simple 4 steps like recon, enumeration, exploitation, and etc. So this is the most proper approach. Yeah, so do not try to reinvent the wheel again. Yeah, somebody has done it already, and this is good approach. Yeah, there is no need to be hurry. Sometimes you can get this flag immediately, and sometimes you are omitting the important things. Sometimes you need to stop and think about the things you are going to do. And you need to also change your way of thinking from the defender. Yeah, because, for example, from my perspective, I am looking at myself as a defender. I always been in security team, and I was trying to defend against threats. And here we need to change the shoes and think like an attacker, yeah, and try to be the one who is the aggressor here, yeah. So what I would like to have as a takeouts for you from this meetup, first of all, practice. So the experience, your knowledge is anything here, yeah. So the more you know, the easier is for you to win, to get the flags, to solve the tasks. Stay always curious. Try to notice everything which is unusual, to read everything, to learn everything. Yeah, and of course, let's make a documentation like bookmark tools, have a document, write down the hints, make notes. In every way. Okay, guys, I think this is it. If you have questions, of course, I'm more than happy to answer them now. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope this was interesting for you. I also encourage you to try and set up your own environment. Yeah, it's also it's always open source, and I think it's very, very important and precious experience for everybody who is talking about the security, who want to be better in security, especially if you're responsible for some systems or applications. So thank you again. And that's it from my side.
Thank you, Michał, for your presentation. If you have questions, you can write them in the chat. We have 5 more minutes to the end of the today's webinar. And if you don't have questions, we can, okay. I think that you said everything.
But Carolina, of course, if anybody has any questions later, we can somehow gather them and I can answer in the offline, I would say.
Yes, you can write your questions to the email wydarzenia@pasages.pl, for example. As you want. I think that thank you for complete the survey. Okay, I think that we can thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you very much for your attention. I'm very happy that I was able to again to share my experience with you, and I hope it will bring some good also to your experience regarding those topics.
Yes, thank you, Michał, for today. And I'd like to invite you to take part in the future events organized by Raiffeisen Tech Poland. Okay, so goodbye. That's all for today.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Yes, and have a great afternoon.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Great of the week. See you guys.
Bye.